Hey folks, welcome back. It's Christmas time. I need a Christmas tree for work, not for home, but I need a Christmas tree. Yeah, I could go to a homeless death spot or something like that and go buy a tree, but I don't buy stuff like that. I make stuff like that. So I want to make a Christmas tree. So I found this really cool model on Thingiverse by a user named Steve. Real original name. Cool. Good on you, bud. And one of the models that he has really struck my, really caught my attention. It's this kind of conular shaped Christmas tree.
You're gonna have to do me a real solid.
Uh-oh.
When we get to customs, I'm gonna need you to take these seeds into the bathroom, and I'm gonna need you to put them way up inside your butt, Morty.
My butt?
Put them way up inside there, as far as they can fit.
Oh, jeez, Rick. I really don't want to have to do that.
So I downloaded and printed out. This is, I think, 150% size. But I got the old big boy Voron back there. So I maxed that sucker out and through the magic of editing printed this bad boy. But as it comes, it's got a bottom on it and I need a bottom to put all my electronics. So what I did, bring up old Prusa slasher. Like so, bring up the model, blah, 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 do one of these things. Let's see, we size this for, I don't know what I do, 275%. 275%, boom, made this thing ultra big. And then set it up with spiral mode, yup, 5 bottoms, yup, and slice. What I want to do is I want to remove the bottom from the model. So we're going to just run this down here until we figure out how tall all our solid bottom pieces are. And we're looking at approximately 1 millimeter of solid material here. So go back to Prusa Slicer. We're going to go and we're going to split this model. We're going to split it at the 1 millimeter mark. And we're going to just keep the upper part here and perform cut. So now our model is 1 millimeter shorter. Print settings, get rid of those bottom layers, platter, slice, boom. Here we go. We got our hollowed out model with no bottom on it. So I'm going to send that over to the printer and kick it out like that. All right, that's printed. That's done. Now we got to go back and do the opposites. We're just going to add that bottom back on there. We're going to keep just the lower part and zoom, there's our cut. Slice. Oh, screwed up. Got to put bottoms on there. 5 bottoms. 5 bottoms. Not spiral, and 3 perimeters, platter, boom, 100%. Switch to rectum. Okay, rectum. Damn near killed him. Here we go, and now we've got our bottom piece that is exactly 1 millimeter, and it should be exactly what is missing out of. Should be exactly what is missing out of this guy. Ow, that hurts me hitting your eye with it. This guy right here. Now we've got this. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I added a little cutout Madu there for a USB cable. I'll go back and show you how to do that. You can do it that way, or you can just go ahead and use a soldering iron and make a hole. So Prusa Slice, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna add a negative and a cylinder. We're gonna take this guy, rotate it about 90 like that, and we're gonna come over here. And we're just going to rough eyeball this sucker and about that. Bring it over here. I go and put it right there. And do this. One of these things. Make it nice and long. Bring it down towards the bed. All right. I'm going to half intersect the bed. Come over here. And then we're just going to go and shove it in the model there like that. And now when we slice it with our 0 bottom spiral, yup. I don't know actually what it's asking me. I'm just going to say yes to it. We have this little channel deal thing in here. Yeah, it does print a solid thing, but it's going to be so thin, we're just going to clip that off of there. But for spiral mode to work, it does need to have this little solid wall right here. But it's no big deal. It's nice and thin when it's done. So there we go. That's how we design the top half. Pretty simple, I mean, this is all without actually making any, using a cat or anything like that. We can just do it all through the slicing program, and it gives us this model. This thing is I don't know, it's about 12 inches tall, pretty close to 12 inches tall if you don't speak inches, then whatever, figure it out. And then there's our bottom piece. This is going to replace this. When we're done, we'll just glue it into place. It's a perfect fit because it was what was left out of the model. Now we need electronics. Pretty simple. I just go dig through my bag of stuff in the back, and we're gonna run this off of WLED. You can run this off of basically a freaking potato. You can do, I think, Arduino Unos, Nanos, ESP32s. I have one of these ESP 8266 development boards. One of these guys right here. I'll put a link to all this stuff in the video description because, you know, that's how we make money. I'm gonna put this down there. So I'm gonna flash WLED to this. Pretty simple. We're gonna go over to now. We're gonna go to the WLED project, KNO period WLED period GE. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go down to basics, installation, and I like using the ESP GUI because I'm a Neanderthal and I need to be able to see what it is I'm doing in a GUI form. So after you download that, download go to the release pages here. WLED release. This is going to be for the ESP 8266. Make sure if you're using ESP32, you download the correct one. Does require a few brain cells to rub together to make this work. So go ahead and download the ESP 8266 if you're using the board that I have in the video description below. And when you do that, we're going to download the no, wrong page. We're going to come over here and we're going to download the ESP Home Flasher tool. This is super easy. Make sure you download it for your correct operating system. So most Windows computers are going to be Windows X64. All right, we're getting there. We're cruising along now. Go ahead and extract that stuff. Actually, there's nothing to extract because we're not using this guy. So once you have those downloaded, go ahead and open up the ESP Home Flasher. Right over here. Plug in your board. Like so. Find your serial port. If you have more than one serial port loaded up in here, disconnect it, refresh, and whichever one disappeared is the one you need. So we're going to go COM5. We're going to browse, find that firmware file. There it is, and flash ESP. Doing COM5, we're going to do things. Stuff's getting erased, stuff's getting added. Things are happening. Bing, bang, boom. We're at 25%. This is pretty quick, folks. So while this is uploading, I want to say that I'm only going to power this off of USB. I don't want to have any extra power supplies. So we're going to scab the 5 volts off of the board to power the LEDs. Most 5-volt USB chargers are half an amp. I'm going to make this like lowest common denominator. Half an amp with some WS 2812 LEDs is about 8. And that's being conservative, so that's what I'm going to go with. We're going to go with 8. All right, it's done flashing. We're going to close that. Now that it's done flashing, go to your Wi-Fi network. You should find one that says WLED AP. Go ahead and click on that guy and connect. New stuff's going to open up. We're going to go to website 4.3.2.1. Boom. This is how you get into WLED. Now you can take out WLED and you can do tons of cool stuff with it. You can have it just log in your home network so you can find it on any computer. This is not going to work. I'm not going to do mine that way. I'm going to have it so it's open and I can control it wherever it's at. We're going to go to the controls, go to config, LED preferences. I'm only going to use 8 LEDs. And this thing's super cool. It gives you enough information you need there to figure out what kind of power supply you need. Half an amp is enough. They recommend a 1 USB power supply or 1 amp USB power supply. So half an amp is mostly enough. So we're just going to leave it like that. And currently it's set up on GPIO 2. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it there. What is important is that we hit save. Back. So GPIO 2 on this board, you would think it'd be the one that would say D2. That is not correct. GPIO 2 is going to be D4. Pin D4. We're going to take our 8 LEDs. right here, and I just soldered on 3 wires, like so. And we're just going to connect away. Make sure we disconnect power when we do this. Disconnect power. And on this board, we're going to pull off ground here. Power here. And remember, we're going to go to GPIO2, which is not D4, not D2. It's going to be D4. Boom, like that. All right, so that's hooked up. And now we should have LED-age. There we go. We got LEDs. Look at that. We're just cooking along here. Now, super cool with WLED, we can go back in there. We'll have to reconnect to it with the Wi-Fi's. There we go. Yep, don't want to see your mug there. There we go. Go to controls. We can we can do cool stuff like blinking rainbow. Candle multi. Let me turn that light off there so we get a little more effect. There we go. Chase. You know, we can do all sorts of things that we want to do with this. So, all right, we're pretty much set as far as our software is done. Our hardware is basically done. We just have to mount it, essentially, to our little PETG base plate. Oh, by the way, this is PETG. Just single layer, pretty clear looking. Nice stuff. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so this strip isn't going to fit on my little base plate here by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half, do like 4 LEDs here, 4 LEDs here, and then put like the board in between. So these are nice little LEDs again, video description, blah, 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 the normal stuff. I'm going to hack that off there, and we're going to get rid of some of this weatherproof coating. You do not need to buy the weatherproof stuff. This just happens to be what I have sitting around. Cut this stuff off of here. And like these have an arrow, so there's a direction of, communication flow. So we're going to go out and then in. There's no real rhyme or reason to the colors I'm using here. Just what I got sitting around. You do you. So the idea is go in there something like so. Just to light up the tree. I get a rough idea what that looks like to help temporarily tack this all in place, just so we can see what we're working with. This might be just wasting my time. There we go, like that. There. I'd say that looks pretty good. No, I think it could be better. Certainly a better way to do this. But I think we're there. This is just something quick and dirty. All right, we've established that works. Good enough. So I'm gonna get rid of this bit of plastic here on the edge of our print. There we go. She gone. Mount that in there like that with the USB cord like so. I think we got a plan here, folks. Let's we're just gonna double side yak tap this. Just gonna double side tape this sucker down. Let's just peel these. Go. Like that. Yay. This one here. Just do something like double side tape, or how we want to do this. How do we want to do this? I don't like that the pins are in this stupid thing. I wish there were no pins in there. I wish we didn't have any pins. Remember, this is low effort for putting in effort. Minimal effort while putting in a ton of effort. We can do this. This ain't that dirty, is it, guys? Yeah. Ah, frig. I had a feeling you were gonna be a pain in my ass. All right, folks, the jank factor is really stepping up here. Really gonna. There we go, like that. Don't ever expect to actually pull this thing off of the board ever again. And yeet, there we go. Those are in. Put that there. Let you cooperate and just stay. There we go, like that. All right, all right. Okay. I'll forever install a USB port here. Let's just stick you in there. Yeet. All right, you're never coming out. Hopefully I indexed that correctly. I probably didn't. All right, folks, we got our shiz stuck to the board. Just gotta stick this to this. Use whatever method you feel works the best for you. Glue, tape, hopes and dreams, whatever, I don't know. Whatever works. I'm losing ambition with this right now. All right, we'll glue this thing down. Be right back. All right, so I just used a little 3D gloop to stick the bottom to the top. I checked. I've got one of these little USB analyzers, and I probably could have went more like 16 LEDs. Even at full brightness on white, it's only drawing about, I don't know, 300 milliamps. Usually you can do about half an amp, give or take a little bit, but so there it is. Nothing crazy. It's kind of neat looking. You can do whatever you want with it.
Put them way up inside your butthole, Morty.
My butt.
There's all sorts of things you can do with just a little bit of LEDs, some know-how, WLED, and just 3D printer, some time. This is a fun little project. I think what I would do next time is that base plate, make like a cylindrical core going to the top-ish and wrap it with LEDs. But then once you get too many LEDs, then you need a separate way to power them. I'm trying to keep this all kind of compact with just the USB. So a lot of different things you could do with this. I think this looks pretty darn cool. I love working with clear PETG. Always looks really cool. So, all right, guys, there you go. If you're interested, links, video description. Like, subscribe, and, as always, folks, stay positive. See you next time. Merry Christmas, yo. See ya.